Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I am making these cute mini handbags. They are so tiny, so cute, and perfect for folding up some money and popping it in just for notes. Last week's YouTube um, tutorial, sorry, couldn't lost my words there. I made these which were pretty good for boys' birthdays, so I thought I'd have a wee go at making something for the wee girls. So I've used the same wee punch again, the lovely labels, and you know it comes as a bundle with lovely you. So it's a good idea to get those two together. I know it's a bit of a hiccup with the shop fronts at the minute, so if you're having any trouble and you're ordering from a shop and you can't get through, just get in touch with me and I'll get you sorted. So I'm using the punch and I'm also using Smile, same wee sentiment I used earlier. So I've made these two out of retired stock, and anybody ordering with me this month will get all the things they need to make these wee handbags with their order. So let's get started. I'm going to go with the brand new in colours, this lovely Magenta Madness. I am totally in love with this. As you know, I just can't get enough of it. Gorgeous on both sides. I mean, this would make a lovely denim-y sort of handbag for a wee girl or an older girl, whatever. So, sorry, you need a piece of this measuring 5 inches by 6 inches. They come in 6-inch sheets. So you're just chopping off an inch. Chop another ½ inch off that, and you need a strip then 6 inches by ½ an inch. And from the leftover strip again, the other wee ½ inch, you need a piece 2 inches long, and you need a strip ½ an inch wide of your Whisper White for your sentiment. So we'll start with the scoring. I'm just going to use my tiny scoreboard here. We're going to start, I'm going to put this as the outside. So start with the 5-inch side facing up and just score it at 1.5 and 3.5. And then turn it around. Doesn't really matter with this, but if you've got a piece of paper that has flowers going, then make sure you've got your top at the right side, so it's going to look good when it's folded over. So you need to score this at 1.5, 2 inches, 3.5, and 4.5. And that's all your scoring. So we'll just do a wee bit of folding. You don't need to press too hard. It's really good thick paper, but you don't want to break any edges, you don't. So just make sure it's folding up nice and neat. This is the quickest wee bag ever, and I think the youngsters will love it, especially when you're putting money in it. Who doesn't want money? So there's another folder. It's hard to see in this colour, so I'm hoping that you'll maybe get a scrap piece of paper and work along with me so that you get your head around all the wee folds. So the inch that's in here is your base. So this is where you're going to start cutting. So you want to actually start at this, well, this actually cuts it, but we're not going to do it yet. You want to start at this point and go up to about 1/4 of an inch from that fold. So you're just cutting from here to here. There's no call to sit and measure it up because it's easy to do and it's not rocket science. You don't need to be exact. So just again from this fold down to this corner. And you've left that wee bit there, and then we're just going to chop the rest of this away right up that seam. Go to the other side and go down this to your first and then do your second, and then we're cutting this across and we're going to leave another wee 1/4 of an inch. Go to the opposite side here and start with your 1/4 of an inch and go down to that point. Now we need to chop these up. It's just easier to do it this way. So you're going up to that first fold, so you're forming the wee base of your handbag. Same at this side, up to that first fold. This side you need to do the same, and the same on this side. And that just gives you that good wee base that's going to fold in and form the basis of your handbag. So before you stick all that together, you want to put this into the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. If you haven't got it, use whatever you have, or just draw around your sellotape and form a curve at the top just for your handbag. So line that up, so just eyeball it that it's in the center. Are you happy enough, Emma? And it doesn't matter if it's a long fold or a short fold, just decide yourself how much of that you want hanging over you. So now we're going to join these sides up. Just make sure they are nicely pressed for holding it nicely for you. Whoops, that's my scraps, I don't really need those. Just make sure that's all lining up before, in case you have to bring it back a wee bit before you glue it. You want it all nice and square at the bottom. So we'll start with this side. These two are going to go like that. So I want to put a wee bit of glue in there, just to start the ball rolling. So these two can join up, and I want to make sure that they're all lined, even though I'm not sticking it yet, just to make sure they've went in close enough to each other to make that nice. Okay, so now you want to put, rather than putting glue here, you're going to end up with glue at the V, and you don't want that, so put the glue onto this. And then you want to bring your seams up and make sure they're all nicely sitting before it sticks. And just repeat this process at the other side. So you want a wee bit of glue there to start you off, just so that everything's sitting nice and square, and then come on. So want to add the glue again to this side. And just bring that up, and again make sure it's nice and square. So pretty, this paper, I love this paper. So that's your handbag. So it's not going to fold obviously in half, so we want to pinch just the top, just that wee top bit, and that brings that in to suit this 1/2 inch. So that's going to sit right there nicely, and that'll be the fold of your handbag. As I say, at this stage, if you think, you know, you'd prefer that to be higher up so it's showing there, then do that now, put it in. But I'm going to move ahead on. Get your piece that you have 1/2 inch by 6 inches and just curl it. Now at this stage you could change that to having pink on the outside, or keep it all matched, entirely up to you again. I forgot to tell you, actually, put that into your scoreboard and score each end at 3/4 inch. Totally forgot. So we'll just fold that now, and then we're going to put glue on those wee bits that you've folded. And same at the other side, pop it under there, bring it round and in under your flap. And you can use that crease to make sure that it's nicely pushed in for you, and that everything's closing nicely as well. So when you're happy, then you can move on. So now we need to, I'll keep that open because I had another wee bit. If you don't like that showing the inside, now's the time to add this wee bit, and that just covers you up nicely. Now I'm going to give this a slight trim. It is a 1/2 inch and it is a 1/2 inch space, but because of the two folds, we don't want it obstructing the closure. So we'll just put, and that keeps the whole inside all matching nicely too. So just lift it up and pop it on. And again, make sure that it's sitting where it isn't obstructing your closure. So always check it before it dries. That seems fair enough. And it does give it a nicer finish, doesn't it, rather than the two bits of pattern sitting. So now when I need to do a closure, I'm going to have a wee tiny piece of Velcro. This Velcro I've had for years now. It's sticky on one side but not on the other, and I need it sticky on both. So I'm just going to use my wee mini glue dots, which are perfect. And we'll just press one on there and then one on the other side. And that balances me up then for popping this on here. So we'll pop that sort of central, but in a wee bit. Give it a good press. Pull off your sticky bit. And we're just going to fold it down so we're happy with it before it settles. Hope I got that right. And then you can separate those very gently. Didn't work. I'm trying to get it off so that I can give it a good press, and I don't want to press while there. So give it a good press now, and that'll help that all to take. And the same up there. And you want to just add a wee charm or faceted gem or whatever you have. I've used faceted gems in the other ones. These are the match of this, and I'm just not sure if I'm going to use them or not. They're a bit tiny, and you're hardly going to see it, you're not. What do you think? Maybe put a wee brown one on just so it sits out of it. This is the cinnamon cider. So you want to get that sort of in the center there. It's a bit tiny, but it'll do the job. So we can stick that down now, so that's taken. And I say it's perfect for popping money into it. Just it's perfect wee size. No fuss and bother. So there you are. Happy birthday. So they're all the match. That's the new in colour stuff. The only thing I'm waiting on is my inks, which are ordered. So I just have to wait till they come. And I've no patience. I want them now because I wanted to be able to do my sentiment to match, but I can't. So this is your strip that you've cut 1/2 inch wide, and it will thread into your lovely labels. Just fits into that very smallest canal there. Just make sure you're keeping it nice and straight, and it's pushed right up to the top, and that keeps it all perfect. And there you have it. So now we're going to stamp, but as I say, I haven't got the matching colour, so I have to do it in Memento. I'm a bit annoyed about that because I really wanted it all matching, but you can change these things at a later date. So I'm stamping this. That light's bad for you there. I'm stamping this right up as far as I can towards where the punched hole is going to be, which I should have done first probably. So get whatever you use to punch a wee small hole at the top there, so you can thread your ribbon. And then we're just going to chop this off. This stage you could round your corners if you want on one of them. I have rounded the corners, but I'm not so sure about it. On this one I didn't, so I think I'll leave it and just do it with this. So I'm using the matching ribbon, of course. And with this you want to wrap it round your wee handle there first, and then we're going to thread it through here. And there's a certain way, and I always get it wrong, that keeps the writing facing a nice way for you. So fingers crossed I've got it. And we're just going to tighten the bow. Tighten a wee knot first, and then make sure that you're happy with that. I actually want that tied around more here. It is a wee bit fiddly. One of them I used baker's twine, which might actually work out better for you, so you work with whatever you have. It just seems determined to go around there, but because it's not glued, I should be able to manoeuvre it. But we'll tie this bow because you'll be fed up looking at me. I'm so fussy. I really want that to be round the front, so I'm going to take that apart again and do it off camera, because everything works better off camera, doesn't it? Yeah, it seems so simple that you should be able to tie it. It's annoying me. Right, okay. Maybe it will not go round as much, and we'll just tie it here. Try that. Huh? I'm going to chop a bit off, just make it easier to work with. So, now I thread that through. One wee bow there, and then just tie it in your bow. One wee knot on it. Are we getting there? Much better. As long as you can see the word. Oh, come on. Okay, that'll have to do. I'm going to trim it off. It doesn't want to behave itself. Sure, we'll put the smile up in the air. Why not? So that's it. Anyway, that's it in a nutshell. So hopefully you can have a wee go of some shape or all. And if you place an order with me this month, along with your other wee bits and pieces that I would send you, you will get the amount of stuff that you need to make one of these handbags. I'll do it in the new in colours for you so that you can try them out. So thanks for watching now, and off you go and enjoy yourselves. And I hope you play it along there with a scrap piece of paper, and it makes it easier for you if you have a wee go like that first. Bye.